let's see who else is on the show tonight. We've got a great lineup for you. My first guest is one of the country's favourite comedians right now. He is the magnificent Micky Flanagan. Micky Flanagan right there. Micky, it's all right for me to say this. You're genuinely a Cockney, aren't you?
No, don't know what you're talking about. I went to Cambridge. Come on, do your research, John.
See, that's why it's hard to interview him, because, like all Cockneys, he doesn't want to grass anyone up. He won't talk to you.
I'm not giving anything away.
He was brought up in a very working-class family. That's right, isn't it, Micky?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you how working-class they were. His mum was so Cockney, she took all the H's out of his alphabetic spaghetti so it didn't confuse him.
We never had alphabetic spaghetti, John.
Oh, no, didn't you?
That was a luxury there. That's Christmas dinner, mate.
Micky Flanagan, ladies and gentlemen. I'm thrilled he's here. Thank you for joining us, Micky. OK, next guest is a fabulously talented singer, songwriter. She's a style icon and actress. It is Paloma Faith. Hey, Paloma.
I was just saying...
Paloma Faith.
I was saying to your researchers that with me and Micky here, you might have to have subtitles over this show.
I imagine some of the guests won't understand a word that's going on out there. We'll find out in a minute.
Certainly, Jamie's looking a little bit confused.
Well, we haven't introduced him yet. Shut up, you daft Cockney twat.
Sorry. The mask has slipped already, Ross. The mask has slipped.
He's almost... Go back. Get off Jamie for a second.
You can introduce Jamie now.
Oh, OK. OK. You will never guess who my next guest is, ladies. Possibly the coolest star in Hollywood right now. The Oscar-winning Mr. Jamie Foxx, ladies and gentlemen. There he is! It's Jamie Foxx right there.
What's poppin', what's poppin', what's poppin', what's poppin'?
Jamie Foxx, right there.
What's cracking?
Good to see you, Jamie.
What's going on with it?
Yes.
I guess you can't understand me
Well, I'm
either.
still thinking Cockney. I'm going to have... Can you understand... Is Micky clear to you? Can you understand the lingo?
Yeah, let me hear a little something.
So what are you doing now?
What?
Okay? What are you up to?
What's happening?
What's your brown paper, son?
That's hip-hop right there, man.
Yeah.
We're bringing people together. OK, Mr. Jamie Foxx, ladies and gentlemen. OK, before we get on, it's Mr. Micky Flanagan. Great to have you here. Micky Flanagan, ladies and gentlemen. You want to sit down, Micky? Relax, take a load off. Great to see you. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
It's all right, no problem. As long as it don't take too long.
Well, yeah, I guess you are busy, because you are now one of the biggest...
I'm double busy, John.
Are you
double busy.
You're really snowed under at the moment? But you are. Your tour's on at the moment. You're one of the biggest names in comedy right now.
I am, yeah.
Right, and here's the thing, I didn't...
What am I supposed to say at that point?
Well, that's a nice thing to say.
Leave it out, John. Nothing going on.
OK. But it's not... People think it's kind of been a sudden thing, but it isn't one of these overnight success things. You have been doing this for quite a while, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been doing it about 15, 16 years.
And suddenly it just kind of went crazy.
Yeah, I think that was called trying a bit harder. Pushing on. Ambition, they call it.
So did you change your act, or did people just catch up with you?
No, I just started doing it to sort of bigger audiences, really. I took it to the Edinburgh Festival, and then we got the Radio 4 show, and then it seemed to grow from there, really.
So that time, I guess you were supporting yourself with comedy the whole time, or did you have a variety of other jobs? What were you doing?
Oh, during the comedy, I did painting and decorating. Before that, I did window cleaning, I made furniture, I did a little spate of school teaching.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've tried a bit of everything?
Almost every job in the world I've done, yeah.
In the real world, best job you've had, worst job you've had?
I think the best job I had was a DJ on Friday nights in a pub in Bethnal Green.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I changed the industry.
What?
Because I used to... One record would end,
and
I'd start the other one without a gap.
So no gap?
Unbelievable. People were blown away.
It's gone crazy, fella. We mentioned you being a real EastEnder.
Yeah.
You are a real EastEnder. Is EastEnder, the TV series, in any way an accurate reflection of your upbringing, or was it more of a kind of only fools and horses kind of
Probably more the fools and horses type thing. Yeah, my dad was sort of a bit of a lad. the house was sort of... There were stolen goods in the house, but then... that's every house. It's not...
No, it's not.
It's
not every house.
If you're in the East End and someone turns up with a parcel or something, you don't go, oh, no, that's bang out of order.
No.
You go, you know the rules, it's just under half price.
Were you a leery young man, though? Because I get the feeling, because you weren't... I've seen pictures of you, you weren't a bad-looking guy, OK?
What do you mean, weren't?
Well, you know, I mean, obviously you're a fine figure of a man now, but you were, you know, I guess were you out and about? Were you rough and tumble? Did you get mixed up with the crowd?
Yeah, well, I think in the East End you tend to, you know, whatever pubs you go in, there's often trouble, but I wasn't someone who got involved in it. You sniff it out, don't you, when you go in a pub and you think, hold up, it's going to kick off in here.
Yeah.
And you just think, I'll go. But that's part of the East End way of life. You know, there are people who love a fight and there are people who sort of love a...
I get the feeling you're more of a lover than a fighter.
I was much more of a lover than a fighter, but I wasn't even very successful at that. I did a lot of takeaways and things like that after the pub. That's what I used to do.
I used to... You know, I wasn't particularly popular as a young man, I'll be honest with you, and I was always hoping that I would get invited to a late lock-in. Never happened.
Oh, really?
I never got to know anyone in a pub well enough to let me stay after hours. Were you in with pub owners? Did you...
Oh, well, that was just a given, you know. We used to go to a pub in the Hackney Road called the Halfway House, and we used to go in there when we were 14.
14?
Yeah, and just walk in, and, like, it was just rites of passage, wasn't it? When you walked in, went, pint lager live, mate, and he'd go, all right. And you'd go, that's it, I'm in.
Yeah.
And he came round one night, I think it was a Wednesday, and he said, you all staying for a drink? And we went, yeah, why not, Wednesday? And we all ended up drinking at about 1 o'clock, and then the police turned up, and they sort of kicked the door in and came running, and it was real drama, you know. We're all up against the wall, and they're like, we want names. Oh, well, I'm William Banter. This is Dennis Manasse. Then they ask you your age, don't they? And you're drunk, and you're like, 7th of the 10th, 1968. Oh, you're 10 years old, are you? 58, sorry, mate, 58. I said to him, listen, mate, you've done us all a favour. We've all got school in the morning anyway.
You don't live in the East End anymore, but you go back there still, do you? You have family back there, or...?
Yeah, I go back and I have to go back and see my mum and dad.
So they still live, what, in the same place?
They still live in the Roman Road.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
so I go back to see them. I go back and see my mates, and, you know, they keep it real for you, don't they, your friends? When you're walking down the Bethnal Green and you hear, Flanagan! Wanker! You think, I'm doing the O2, you sure?
And did you ever... Because I was brought up in Leytonstone, East London, but it was kind of... That's not the heart of the East End, really.
No, that's the countryside.
Yeah, so...
We used to dream of making our way out to Leyton.
It was so grassy.
I had a picture of the Central line on my bedroom wall. I think, just get out to Leyton, who knows where next. Buckhurst Hill.
Oh.
Let the dream continue, John.
So you're on tour at the moment?
We're just doing a few preparatory shows.
Oh, really?
The work in progress. It's 99% there, just doing the last bit of tweaking on it, and then we're out sort of officially in February. Yeah.
Does it get harder to write material? Because I get the feeling that if you've been working material and you've got ideas from years ago, it's like that first album thing with bands, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got all that stuff which you've carried around for a long while, you've perfected, and then you have to churn out, is the wrong phrase, perhaps, but reproduce new stuff. And it must be a bit tougher, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but I think when you start off, you're in the clubs and, you know, you're working the comedy clubs, and then eventually you find your audience and you find out what they find funny in you, so that aspect of it is covered. They've come to see you, they want to have a laugh, so you've just got to take the time and the energy to deliver that show to them, you know, and so it's all in the preparation, really.
And the energy's still there? Because you're... You know,
the energy?
Well, we're not getting any younger, are we, Micky?
No, no. We are, me and my mates are falling apart. We were having a drink...
Well, how old are you now?
50.
But you look in great nick. Are your friends as well-preserved as you?
Well, I think everyone just gets their ailments, don't they, as you get older? You meet your mates and you just get a bit weaker. I had a friend turn up the other night who was sat down, he did that walk, you know, like when people come in the pub and they're like... And I thought, I think he shit himself. But it wasn't that. He said, I said, what's your problem? He said, oh, I've done my back in, bruv. I said, what, a bit of five-a-side, bit of weight training? He said, nah, I was wringing out a flannel. He said, I went a bit tight at the death and I've done my back in.
But you're not worried about that kind of thing? I mean, have you cut down drinking? Have you changed your diet?
Not really, no. I mean, I am of that generation. We partied really hard, my generation. You know, we were a little bit worried because we were the generation when sort of everything turned up, you know, cocaine, ecstasy, and it just got to the point where, you know, everywhere you went, like you'd be out on a Tuesday night or something and you'd be sort of reading the paper, having a quiet pint, and you'd hear like, all right, Mickey, you want a cheeky line? You want a little life now? And you'd be like, no, you're all right, Nan. You know,
Ladies and gentlemen, will you join me in saying thank you to the spectacular Mr. Micky Flanagan?
Thank you.
Stay, sit down for a minute. Sit down. Don't get up yet. You're going to the break you are.
See, I don't know anything.
Relax. Lounge. After the break, I will be joined by the beautiful Paloma Facer. Don't go away.